Hello and welcome to another episode of Literary Gladiators. This is Gina Andrews. I have appeared in other videos in the past, and I'm here today to do my own video. So I'm talking about a series that is close to my heart. I became a big fan of it in high school, and to this day I'm still a fan of it, and even though it's really a series for children, I'm always going to be a fan of it. I'm talking, of course, about the Warriors books by Erin Hunter. I have a bunch of them in my room, but I have 3 of them with me. I have Into the Wild. This is the first book. I have TallStar's Revenge. It is a super edition. And I have Cats of the Clans, a field guide.
When and how did you first get into the series?
Well, I first got into this series when I was at Target looking at books, and I saw Into the Wild. I had seen other people talking about this series online, so I thought I would give it a go. And I became a huge fan of it, like almost to the point of obsession.
Tell me about the 4 living clans.
So there are 4 clans, if you exclude Star Clan, which is, I'm going to talk about that later, and Sky Clan, which is a clan that was exiled. But ThunderClan, those are the cats that live in the undergrowth and in the trees. And this series focuses mainly on the cats of ThunderClan. And there's RiverClan. They are the fishers. They live by the river, as their name implies. There's WindClan. They are the runners. They catch rabbits and they live out on the open moors. And then you have Shadow Clan. They are the marsh hunters. They like to eat reptiles and frogs. They also eat rats, and they are very suspicious. Some of them are very battle hungry.
Tell me about Star Clan.
Star Clan is basically kitty cat heaven in this series. It's where cats go when they die, provided that they were good. If they were evil, they go to the Dark Forest, which is basically they kind of come together, but they're banished from Star Clan because of their crimes.
Barring discrepancies, do you think that the authors did a good job on this series?
I think that they did, and the name Erin Hunter is actually a pen name for 6 different people who worked together on this series, and there are some discrepancies. For example, Code of the Clans, which is a field guide, goes into how each part of the warrior code came about, but it was said in another field guide in Secrets of the Clans that the original clan leaders came up with the warrior code. But besides that, I think they did a good job, and I think that discrepancies are kind of inevitable when you have all of these people working on a big project like this.
The Warriors books are marketed toward children. Some people have criticized the idea of these books being marketed to children because of the violent content. What do you think of this matter? Do you believe that Warriors is suited for children?
I think that it is suited for children, provided that it's a child who can handle it, because some children are a little bit sensitive. This is actually more or less marketed toward the middle school age, and I believe that is the age when children start to come around. So I think that as long as it's a child who can handle it, then go ahead, let them read Warriors.
How do you think TallStar became evil? Why does he hate Firestar so much?
I think that with TallStar, it started with his father leaving ThunderClan when TallStar was still a kid, because his father, it was shown in Blue Star's prophecy, left the clan so that he could become a kitty pet. And then as he grew to apprentice age, his mentor was Thistleclaw, who was a very violent and ambitious cat. So he got a lot of his attitude from him. And I think that part of why he hates Firestar so much is because Firestar started out as a kitty pet.
Do you think that Cloudtail being born as a kitty pet, also known as house cat, rather than as a ThunderClan warrior, has anything to do with why he doesn't believe in StarClan? What about Mothwing?
I think that Cloudtail not being born in ThunderClan has something to do with why he doesn't believe in StarClan. It's at least part of the reason, especially considering that he was always sort of a rebel when he first came to ThunderClan. He liked to break the rules. He learned his lesson about breaking the rules when he was captured by the Two Legs, but eventually he rejoins ThunderClan, although he never really believes in StarClan because he was always a rebel, he was always a rule breaker, and as for Mothwing, I think that's also part of it, but I believe that another big part of it is the fact that her brother Hawkfrost, who had been very ambitious, tricked Mudfur into taking her as an apprentice by faking an omen from StarClan.
Were you shocked about TallStar's life upon reading TallStar's Revenge?
I absolutely was. I had always been a fan of TallStar right from the beginning. When I read Blue Star's Prophecy, when I read the other super editions, I wasn't shocked at all because I knew Blue Star had to have gone through something. I knew Crooked Star because he broke his jaw at least, or I didn't know he broke his jaw, but I knew he had a deformity with his jaw. I just didn't know what caused it. And I wasn't too shocked with what had happened with Yellow Fang, but TallStar, definitely, I was surprised. Everything that happened to him, including his father rejecting him, and then dying, and him being bullied by Shrewclaw, and his life's a mess, but he turns it around and becomes leader of Wind Clan.
How do you think Yellow Fang switched clan loyalties in a seemingly easy way?
Well, I think that Yellow Fang, personally what I think is she felt betrayed by Shadow Clan. She knew that she had made a mistake by falling in love with Ragged Star and having kits with him nonetheless, because medicine cats are not supposed to have kits. It's against their code. And then everything happening with Broken Star eventually being a violent leader, and Yellow Fang living with the guilt of everything that happened with that, and then later her being exiled from the clan. I do think that in a way she felt betrayed by the clan for letting all of it happen, though, which is why she switched to ThunderClan so easily.
Do you believe that Longtail redeemed himself at the end of the original series? Was him going blind a punishment for his previous treachery?
Longtail definitely redeemed himself. He never had any bad intentions. He had always been loyal to his clan. He only had the best intentions for his clan. He just didn't understand that Firestar was more than just a kitty pet, and he didn't understand Tiger Star's true intentions, so he made a really bad judgment, although he does turn himself around and becomes a very respected warrior. Unfortunately, he is shown to have been blind and retired in the next series, and then it was shown in Firestar's quest that while hunting he was scratched in the eyes by a rabbit, and that's what caused him to go blind. I cannot be certain whether or not that was punishment for what he did. If it was, it wasn't fair punishment because he did redeem himself, and he only ever did what he thought was best for his clan anyway.
What about Jay Feather? Do you think that Jay Feather's blindness is a punishment for his parents breaking the warrior code?
Some people believe in this theory. I think that Jay Feather was blind because it was part of his powers, his ability to see in the dreams of others. It's sort of like the devil giveth and the devil taketh away. He has this ability to see in the dreams of other cats, and he needs this ability because he's one of the prophesized 3, but at the same time he doesn't have vision when he's awake. I don't think it has anything to do with the fact that his parents are from different clans, or the fact that Leafpool is a medicine cat.
Bramblestar showed great ambition as a warrior. He clearly wanted to be deputy and trained with Tiger Star in the Dark Forest because of it. Do you think that he is a righteous cat in spite of this?
I've always thought that Bramblestar was a righteous cat, even when he trained with Tiger Star, because didn't quite understand what he was doing as a warrior who wanted to better himself, because that's all he wanted to do, really. He didn't have violent intentions, though, and eventually when Hawkfrost, believe Hawkfrost had a part of it, and Ashfur, it was later revealed, were in a plot to kill Firestar, it was Bramblestar who got him out of the trap.
Who is your personal favorite character?
Sandstorm, hands down. At the time when I read the series, it was Firestar, because he proves himself so much. Despite not being born in a clan, he fought so hard for the respect of the other cats. But Sandstorm is my favorite because she turned herself around so much, starting out as an apprentice who does nothing but torment Firestar, into a very fine warrior.
Which clan do you think you'd belong to? What rank would you be?
Probably a medicine cat, since I'm training as a vet tech as a human. And I think I'm tempted to say Wind Clan, because they're the runners, they're the open moor cats, and I like the sound of that. The one caveat, though, is that they're rabbit eaters, and I have a pet rabbit named Hippie, so I don't know about that, so my other choice is River Clan.
Alibaba Studios is now making a Warriors movie. How do you think they will pull this off?
I'm actually not sure how they will pull this off. I believe that they're going to take the first series, the original series, but that is 6 books long, and I don't know how they are going to compress 6 books into a movie unless they're either going to cut out a lot of scenes or make one heck of a long movie. Also, with considerations that Warriors is notorious for its violent content, they might have to reading it is one thing, but watching it is another, so they might have to water it down a little bit, but we'll see how this plays out.
Out of 5, how many stars would you give this series?
I would have to give it 4.5. I have to take off half a star in part because of the discrepancies, but as I said, this series is an important part of my late childhood, and still is kind of an important part of my reading today. I just love it so much. It's close to my heart, so 4.5. And thank you for watching this, and as we say at Literary Gladiators, keep reading.